It's almost time. It's time. So that's how we start. There are already classmates practicing, right? Okay, let's start with, let's change this exam. What kind of notice was sent? Just a few days ago. Actually, is it Huawei at this event of our IE? Open one fast. A meeting? The first thing we need to understand is a basic fact. What is our stuff in the IE exam? About classmates may feel that I may have come to the IE exam to get a certificate, right? And that's true. But in fact, we must pay attention to the IE exams. In the end, you still have to get something. It's called you. You have to get this ability of IE. What abilities do you think IE should have? For example, here, well, configuration. I configure it very fast. For example, our IE exam. He has to take this test for 8 hours, right? But I match it very fast. I finished it all in 4 hours. Is this ability strong or not? What about this one? In fact, what kind of ability does it belong to? It's scripting. This only means that you do configuration, right? You write scripts. You swap the configuration very fast. It was incredibly fast. Yeah, but yeah. In fact, Huawei is taking test when we IE this professional ability. Except for this one. He actually preferred to examine everyone's abilities comprehensively, like flexibility. Will you be flexible? Let me give you a rather extreme example. I had a student before. He failed the exam. I said, why did you fail the exam? The score is so low. This is too different from what you usually practice, right? At least you can get a score of more than 70 before you fail a test. He said it was because of the day of the exam. He found that particular keyboards were extremely difficult to use. Said the keyboard was particularly hard. That's why he's not comfortable typing. Then a few hours a day. Both use a very hard keyboard. It's very uncomfortable for him to use. And the mood is also very bad. And the mentality is also very bad. So I hung up in the end. Look at the $8,000 exam. As a result, the keyboard doesn't work well. In fact, there's nothing we can do. So we must understand. The IE exam is not a bad question. Your state of mind, and your ability, your workaround, including this one. Including this one? Huawei, they just asked for it. Changes to our lab exams. Well, for 2 reasons. The first reason, in fact, it's the most important reason, because of our DataCom. The lab exam is out. Yes, it's been 3 years, right? It's been 3 years. In fact, the content of the DataCom exam in these 3 years. The solution to the exam. Everybody knows it. That's open secret. Right, Huawei? He also knows. Everyone knows what to test for .com. We all know what the solution of .com looks like. And many students, many examinees, Huawei found that you are all backwards. It's a back solution. Go brush on your back. And then, since we used to have something called an interview at Huawei, you should know that. It's called an interview. There are no interviews now. You abdicators, go brush the question. You get the certificate. It has greatly reduced our Huawei's. What is this called? It is the gold content of Huawei's certificate. It's actually not good for us. Our classmates who got their ticket. As a result, after he said that the Huawei certificate has no gold content. You don't think that's a good thing, do you? Don't you want each of us to? I also hope that the certificate we got is sufficient, right? When we went looking for a job, as soon as you take the certificate, our wages go up 10,000, 20,000, right? So we have to understand. The purpose of Huawei is bold. In fact, it is not to embarrass us. Huawei added mistakes. Or Huawei has a purpose of change. It's not to say that everyone can't pass the exam. He wants to be truly capable. Students who really learn and understand can get a certificate. So as to be able to put some that just want to fill up the number. Right? Let's get rid of it for you. First of all, everyone understands the good intentions of Huawei. Then he changes. Change subject. Let's take a look at the main content this time. 1. He said I was going to change the subject. Not a variation. At the earliest, the news just came out in the first few days. Going around, uproar. Said Huawei isn't changing the subject. Always going to change the topic. Everyone must first understand the difference between changing questions and adding mistakes. What is a question change? The question change means that I have now taken a set of questions. You all know what the title is. What is the solution? I have a completely different set of test papers. The entire network top graph is different. requirements of the entire network are also different. Then all the techniques and solutions to be used are different. It's called a variation. And we are not, in fact, variants. First of all, don't worry. There's no variation. See, if our existing network structure remains unchanged, if the topic requirements remain unchanged, there will be some errors to provide to you. Exercise everyone's fault handling, flexibility, and logical thinking. If you were to give a test of ability, and this is really important, then it has two possible errors for everyone. It's everyone. Here's the first one. Dependent. What does our network look like? Everybody take a look. This is our entire exam. Part of it. This is not a complete exam. Picture of the exam. This is a picture of part of it. Students are prepared for the exam must be familiar with, right? This is a diagram of Park X. It tested me. Upgrading of our park. What is an upgrade? Yes, this is the original campus map. Less equipment. There is only one T1 building. Just this one building. And then, he asked you to upgrade it. Enter the picture in the lower right corner. You can see the equipment in the original building. That's all that's left. It was an original device. That's it, right? Then he added new equipment. A new building was built. Then what about our exit? One more device. More firewalls. Then he tests this thing. In fact, the test is a very traditional one. What VLAN OSPF DHCP do we configure in the network, right? Configure some firewall policies and some wireless stuff. This is the most basic requirement for him to do, right? Then he will have some prearranged jade pendants. What are they? You'll see a watch like this. Maybe many students see still. Is it fooled now? Has anyone seen a watch similar to this? This table shows that we are in the IP stage. It will be mentioned to everyone during the IE stage. This is called the device interconnection plan. So it's on this chart. It will tell you our entire complex network of campuses. Which device is connected to which device? Which device uses which internet protocol address? Which device is directly interconnected with? Then on top of that, what DHCP do we have? OSPF, this kind of configuration is right. Therefore, on this table, it will tell you the red part on this watch. The red interface is already available. Jade pendant can't go wrong before. He has already equipped the equipment. In theory, if it wasn't for the examiner's mistake, or some operations of the examiner. Is it possible? The problem of resetting the device. Normally, there shouldn't be any mistakes. But it's different now. Maybe we will provide some errors in the provisioning. That's all I can think of. What I can think of right now. For example, he deliberately mismatched the internet protocol address. Or he deliberately misconfigured the VLAN. Okay, so how do you find these errors? Does anyone know? Do you know? What? You're assuming there's a provisioning. Huawei deliberately mismatched a certain interface IP. How can you detect this error? Does anyone know? Let me give you a chance. You see, you don't like answering questions. Just don't like to use my brain. This habit is not good either. Let's give a little incentive. Measurement connection, right? Measure connection means use that depending on connection situation. What do you think? Measure values kept to P, right? But you have to be aware of a problem. So-called IP measurement connection. This is what we talked about in the HCIA stage. You want an IP test point. IP test point. But so many direct connections. Went to the examination room and really hired one by one. Is it also a waste of time? So I say this. Have a high probability. It won't be measured one by one. But think again. When will you find out? The direct internet protocol address is mismatched. When will you find out? I'll tell you what. Until. For example, when it comes to routing protocols like OSPF. You know that the OSPF is complete. We have to find out something. What to sing? Have this habit. Some people say teacher complete OSPF. I'll see if there is a routing table. After matching OSPF, see if you can get P. What must be checked after matching OSPF? Neighbor. Right when you find out that OSPF has no neighbors, you're about to start wondering. No direct connection. It's connected. Then you start to doubt my OSPF configuration again. Is the network command correct? Declare interface. It's all right. And then you go to check my OSPF. These are some of the key conditions for a neighbor. Right? That's where we go to find the error. So, in fact, the direct connection error is when we find it. Not like before. We may be in a simple experiment. It's so easy to spot a direct connection error, because it's very likely that every time we direct connect, I don't have time to test it one by one. Only when it is matched to the following agreement. We found something wrong. No neighbors are there. Be sure to test even. So there's no direct connection. One of the areas we consider for troubleshooting. Many students are not used to investigating direct connections. I always feel that it should pass by default. This is a very bad habit. This is provisioning. So what does the provisioning file look like? It looks like this. When we practice, we were supposed to. In the past, if you logged into our SPOTO, this practice environment, there will be some provisioning files. So what I did in the beginning was this environment. It is for everyone to manually put these JPendant documents by themselves, copy and paste them into the real machine one by one. Right? I don't know if anyone has used it. Copy and paste one by one. Copy and paste one by one. That's one of the first ones I did. Later, some student began to find it troublesome. Did that teacher had the JPendant with tattoos? Do you want to post one by one? What a waste of my time. So later we made an excellent. It only takes most of your equipment. Most equipment. As long as you directly restart or reset the device. After restarting, it will directly restore to the provisioning. Right? We made an optimization later. You don't need to brush the provisioning. But now it seems. It's not just us going back. In future exercises, not only JPendants can't be brushed on. We also have to practice the configuration from the JPendant. Which means we're going to start practicing with a completely empty match. There is no configuration. Even the JPendant is matched by you. Start practicing. Only like this. Only then do you know what the JPendant is matched with. Only then did you know what the JPendant should look like. If there is an error, you can solve it in time. Right, alas. So you can't say this one by one. By default, I don't care if you brush the JPendant for me, right? So what does the JPendant look like? Let's take a look. For example, here I am showing you a JPendant. Normally, provisioning file will look like this. I'll add it to everyone. Wait a minute. Add a provisioning file for everyone. Look at what it looks like. This is the advanced document. Here it is. This is a device we call a wireless controller. It comes provisioned with some VLANs. Some interfaces are provisioned. DHCP, right? This WLAN is provisioned. Is it some under wireless? Default configuration? And then, before we asked everyone to copy and paste it on the device. Okay, now maybe you'll have to make your own. Let's take another example. Change this one. What is this? It's our convergence switch AGG. What's its default configuration? It's the default configuration, right? It does a lot here. It's all heading straight. Link bundling. He did so much. After link binding, alas. Got it wrong on purpose. For example, you should have tied it right? He tied you wrong on purpose. He tied what was supposed to be tied to 1 to the second. Right? Do you have to check? Do you have to check for yourself? Is that the truth? Right? If it is mismatched. For example, if we want to verify these interfaces. Should. Which interface is tied to which interface? Which interface is tied to which interface? If we want to verify this, please ask everyone. Except we're on top. We zoom in on the top image. Except we're going to zoom in on this top image. Observe each interface number. Or we can look at this table. Observe how each interface is interconnected. If we want to watch it directly on the device. How to connect devices. What should I check? Anyone? For student and crack, we'll give you a mouse pad. Okay, I'll give this a bottle of iced Coke. How is this, classmate? Here, I'll give you one of our SPOTO mouse pads. Oh, yes, on that, right? You're going to check it out. And what about some students? I met a classmate just 2 days ago. He told me that Teacher Tom, the interface to our SPOTO environment, is it different from the interface on this table? I said yes, maybe a little different. And he said to me, why is SPOTO not working? And of course he used the word no. Return that point. You can't help it. Make the environment exactly like the exam room. So I'm here to tell you again. The environment in the examination room may also be different. In the examination room, you know our Huawei exam. There are more than 37 racks. Okay. Between their racks and racks, their in-connection interface numbers, they will also be a little different. Right? I'm on the list. Who made this watch? And you know what? I didn't make this watch. This watch is a Huawei examiner, made by Huawei's question teacher, right? What is Huawei's handling of teachers? He is also alone. He is also an ordinary person. Is it possible that he wrote the watch wrong? Is that possible? Is it possible that he accidentally slipped on the watch? I got a certain interface number wrong. It could be, right? And he said I just added the wrong one. Okay, maybe so. You must check it on the spot according to this thing. You have to be flexible. It must be like the interface number. Internet protocol address, right? These things. And the model of the equipment. Is the name of the device correct? You must check it in the exam room, right? Only check these things. We can guarantee okay. No problem, right? These things. We can guarantee that it must be configured correctly, right? Do it again. There will be no problem, right? Okay. This is what we found in the initial configuration script. What will you bump into? You should know this. Okay. This is turned off for everyone. This window? Turned off. Okay. So what about these things? Is it possible for us? You have to understand it yourself. Then match it yourself. Avoid brushing it again. Right. But whether it's a watch or not. These configurations on site are also good. You say, teacher, memorize by rote. Write it down. Memorize it if there is a mistake. I can spot the addition error right away. I tell you it's hard. It's hard to interview and won't come back for a while. Don't worry, the interview won't come back. So this kind of thing. You say I'm going to rely on this thing for rote memorization. It's too difficult. What did I do? So what do I leave you with? Look at the picture. This is in order to save the time of getting on the real machine. It has been configured for everyone. An exercise chart. This is on our emulator. A diagram that can be practiced directly, right? So first on the emulator. What do you want this picture to look like? Who is connected to whom, right? How should we connect? No matter how you check, you must be very clear, right? You got to figure that out. And here's what I'll tell you. And I've given you one here. Better picture. Hey, what about my picture? Ah, look at this picture. Do you really want to say? Teacher, I know these jade pendants in my heart. And not just jade pendants. Including future configurations. I know. What's this? This is bamboo. This is bamboo. What is bamboo? Bamboo with confidence. That is to say, when you are doing the whole project, you have to have this blueprint in your mind. You understand? Just keep him in your heart. You can't say I wrote. Right? You have to see it clearly. What V segments are allowed between each line? Where to where? Where is the gateway? What is the interface configuration? This is a picture. You keep it in your heart, right? Which network segments do you keep in mind? And then if anything goes wrong, when you check again, it will be much more efficient to check. Do you understand that? Many students are concerned about this. When do you start debugging? Now we have this notification. Something like this. There will be some pilots starting in August. There will be some pilots. Where exactly to try? No. The official launch is estimated to take until after October. It's estimated that it will be. Anyway, it will not be officially launched in these 2 months. End of the year. It will be fully launched at the end of the year. This is the wrong arrangement. So people have been saying recently, if you are already preparing for the exam, right? So you hurry. No ink. Of course, even if you say teacher, Maybe it's the end of the year or next year, after the New Year's Day, just at this time for the exam. His system? Just online. It's not that scary. It's not that scary. You don't need this. Don't worry about this problem. Pilot, you will try on some of these georacks. Get started with this system. Do you always have to test if you try to use it? Test before the system goes online. Can you understand? Will you run into it? I don't know. No. It is not officially online now, so I don't know if you will encounter it. And I'll tell you again. Meet the day after tomorrow. Don't worry. The day after tomorrow. How can I meet so close? And I'll tell you the truth. It's kind of poignant to say. Teacher Huawei or a teacher like me. The mistake I racked my brain to come up with. It's not as good as your brainstorm. It has nothing to do with the city and the exam. You might try, but where exactly? How did you try and not tell us? You probably won't. Don't worry. Well, there's probably not it. It didn't happen until after October. Okay. If you meet it, treat it as your mistake. If you run into it, it's just a mistake. So what he asked of us was, it's very simple. Do not be configured. Don't memorize solutions by rote. You must understand. I'll tell you one more. I think it's a very bad phenomenon. Many students preparing for the exam. You see, come now. A classmate came. You sit. Are you here? Teacher on. A complete configuration to the Xpark Baidu network disk. Teacher Tong. What test should we do after we do this? Can you provide a complete test? Let me tell you this. When you ask for these complete things, what does it mean behind? You've given up thinking, or you try to give up thinking. There's one thing you need to know. Our test paper for this exam. It's not just a test paper. Not like math problems. 1 plus 1 is equal to 22 plus 2 is equal to 4. Solve it. All our application questions. Come, let's take a closer look at this. This document. Look at this demand. Let me take you through the requirements. You look at this demand. It doesn't ask you to solve simple problems. Can I show you? Wait a minute, I'll open this. Look at that. First, the entire exam document comes up. What did he tell you? Project background. How many students prepare for the exam? I know. Are missing preparing for the exam in a lost now, right? I'll just ask how many of you have read it carefully. Project background overall architecture requirements. A few people have read this paragraph carefully. I'll take a look at what I've read. A few people have read it carefully. It's hard for you to actually read it. I'll tell you now. You should read it carefully. Why read it carefully? The first thing you know is, what do you want you to imagine yourself as? You are a real IE engineer. This is a project proposal proposed to you by Party A. Demand letter. Do it directly without looking at the needs. Is that appropriate? You have to know what Party A wants to do, right? Okay. So after you fully understand the needs of Party A, the entire project is designed by you according to your requirements. Which network segment goes to which network segment at the end? Marketing to global procurement. Global procurement to finance. Finance to human resources. Human resources. Marketing to extranet. Wireless to external. Do they want wireless? Should it pass? You should be pinching with a handle. Be confident. Instead of coming and asking me, can Teacher Tong come up with a complete test plan? What's more, these solutions are actually in my solution. I broke them down. It's just not complete and formal at the end. Serious. It's just a stupid summary. You have to learn how to parse and summarize on your own. Otherwise, Huawei really looks down on you. Huawei thinks you don't deserve his certificate. Got it. So you have to learn these things. It can already be said that, in fact, we have already cooked well for the whole exam. The meal is ready and brought to you. You have to pick up chopsticks and eat by yourself. Can't let me feed. Okay, so don't be afraid of these mistakes. Because of these mistakes, you usually can't make it out. It is possible, and after you usually make mistakes. I'll tell you what. What is your usual attitude after making a mistake? And you know what? I'll learn. Do you look like it? Teacher Tom, I made a mistake here. I've been looking for it for a long time, but can't find it. Is it a bug? Is it a bug? First reaction, second reaction. Teacher Tong, I can't find it even if I die. I really have no problem. I'm sure I'm doing everything right. My configuration is all brushed on. Copy and paste it on. This can be swiped wrong. Sure, I'm fine. Okay. Students who come to ask questions always have this mentality. Is it an environmental issue? Is it a bug? I'm sure I'm not wrong. I hope you all. First of all, whether it is a mistake in the exam room or a mistake by yourself. First of all, let go of the I'm sure there's nothing wrong with this mentality. Don't come up, I'm right. I did it. I didn't do it. Hey, there might be no problem. Don't have this mentality. Your mindset should be. For example, there's a bug now, right? No bugs. For example, can't be solved now, right? First reaction, it'll last. How many possibilities are there? Can't spell the direct connection. Alien is wrong. Alien not allowed. The alien did not create spanning tree blocking. Protocol address is not at all. The interface is wrong. Right? You can even wonder, is the physical link down? Is the interface down? Still down. Thought these things. Analyze all the possibilities. Check one by one. Not come up. Shit. I've easy this null. Oh, what to do? Right? Not like that, right? And the second thing. Think about it. Huawei adds the wrong to you. Or you are wrong. What's the difference? Do you think there's a difference? I can even tell you clearly. You did it wrong. It's harder to add mistakes than Huawei. It's much, much harder. Why? Because it's human nature to say I'm not wrong. We as network engineers, sometimes when working in a company, as a network administrator, right? Colleagues broke the network, right? Colleagues web asked, why is my network malfunctioning? Can't get online. We'll go over and ask him. Could you just get on? He said he could go just now. So I asked him, what did you do? His first reaction must have been me. His first reaction must be that I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. That's the reaction. Is this the reaction to this? This is his first reaction. It's just that I didn't do anything. Not my problem, right? But we're going against humanity. Something wrong. My first reaction is, what's wrong with me? It's hard, so when you make your own mistake, first of all, the first reaction is what's wrong with me. And then according to the phenomenon, there are no neighbors. 6 conditions for investigating OSPF. Right? For example, I found out OSPF has no neighbors. Right? The 6 conditions are that the root ID should be different. Area ID should be the same. I won't say the third one. The certification should be consistent, right? The semi-network must have centric code. And this terminal area identifier should be consistent. What else should be consistent? Who can tell? Among the 6 conditions for OSPF, define neighbors. I just said 5. What else did I not say? To be complete. 6. Say it again. The root ID should be different. The area should be the same. Certification should be the same. Strict code should be the same. Terminal area identifier should be the same. What is another one? Oh, yes, this book classmate would prefer to say it right. In addition to sending out hats, can't. What else can I send? Give him one. What again? Wildcard. What do you want for wildcard? Who will sue you? Tell you this nonsense that wildcards should be consistent. Don't talk nonsense. This hello and time of death should be the same. So you see, and our immediate response was, well, yeah, why can't I get up? Right, but Huawei's inability to afford neighbors, and you can't afford the neighbors. Huawei can add mistakes. Like me as a teacher? As a teacher, I'll add a mistake to you. I changed the hello and death time for you. I'll tell you what. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. You understand? Because the entire project requires. There is no place to ask you to change the time. Suddenly, an order appeared. I changed the OSPF time for you. Isn't that obvious? Right? But, in fact, there is a classmate who's wrong. How is he wrong? Look at this case. Look at this case. This is a real classmate asked me on my case. You see, this is still the wrong screenshot he took for me, right? He took it with his cell phone. I didn't even take a screenshot. Look at that. He got it. Shot an OSPF neighbor of one of our devices. Process 1 has no neighbors. Process 2 has no neighbors. Process 10 has 4 neighbors, right? Okay. See this process 1 2 with neighbors. Obviously not right. And this is the configuration document that he sent me. This is the configuration document. Say, let me show you. This is the configuration file. I tell everyone clearly. I read this configuration file for 15 minutes. Probably. I looked at it for about 15 minutes before I found where it went wrong. I watched it for 15 minutes. Yes, the exam room may deliberately add mistakes to you now. Take a look. Here it is. Look. Okay, who can see the mistake? This is the core configuration. It lacks neighbors at its core. Okay. This is a core configuration. Anyway, I watched it for 15 minutes. Right? You can see that, right? Alas, you are smarter than me. You are smarter than me, right? Wrong. Right? Wrong. Right? Yeah. Yes. Because it's here. All your zero. Is following correct? Is the above wrong? So we're not talking today. We're not talking about principles. It's not about knowledge. Right? I won't analyze it with you. Anyway, he was wrong, right? What should it be? It should be 255. Right? That's what it should be. Right? This is what it looks like. Right? That's it. That's the right statement. Right? But look, we as teachers, in fact, when I added the wrong one to you, those errors added probably more textbooks. Right? It's all about knowledge. What about your mistake? They are all more discerning. In eye test, look at my 800-degree eyes. Really can't see it. You know what? So he can't see it with his eyes. You can see it. You can see it. You can't see it even if you die. Can't look at it for house. You know what? So this kind of thing is that there is nothing you can do about it. Just tell the truth. Even I can't help it. Right? What does that depend on? On your own, right? Practice a lot. What can be done then? Right? So what about this? That's what you need to know. How do we usually fix these errors? Let me give you a method. First, due to addition error. In the future, there will be a wrong system. It's a generic system. It was not artificially added by Huawei examiners. It's about time. Click on this system, and there will be a pop-up box. Anyway, that's how you informed us now. There is a prompt box saying to add the wrong one. You click OK before you can continue to do it later. Then he will issue some mistakes. Configure to your device. These additions are wrong. Maybe everyone is relatively fair. Is it all fair? The difficulty is about the same. I won't say you didn't add it wrong. Add it very difficult. Not quite. So you don't have to be afraid. The examiner secretly. You just checked, and there is no problem. He secretly changed it for you. You can't even notice it, can you? So he won't add mistakes to you secretly? He is above board. I will add the wrong to you. But what if it's your fault? You made a mistake. You made a mistake. That is, you secretly add mistakes to yourself, right? Can't find it. Then you really can't find it? So how do we fix these errors? And we usually do experiments. You must learn to score during the exam. Phase acceptance. If you assign the internet protocol to yourself. If you want to hire a trade union test, he has no problem. If you create the routing protocol yourself. Confirm relationship between neighbors. Right? How many neighbors do we have for the entire exam? I'll give it to you. Can I line you up? So let's start on the second floor. Have to connect directly to the side, right? Then we're going to do link binding. Link binding. Do you want to check the binding? Does it work, right? Then, next. What are you going to look for next? If you were directly connected, you did OSPF. Want to check the OSPF neighbors. Right? Later, we will do SS on the wide area network. You need to check the SS neighbors. To do SS in the wide area network, we have to do MDs. You want to check the LDP neighbors. Then you have to do BGP later. You need to check the BGP neighbors. else BGP divided into, also divided into BDP VPN, V4 neighbor VPN instance neighbor. Right? Neighbors are different. There are SRv6. Also need to check neighbors the EV film of the SRv6. Right? Right. If there's VX run. Right? You have to look into that. Every step has to be checked. You can't make it to the end. Sure, spell it out. Can't spell it. What's the reason? Look back. SS has no neighbors. But it's been too long. Lab has set. There's only one set in lab. Lab only has one set now. Only one set. Not many sets. Now I'm just adding a mistake to the same set of questions. Yes, you must. In fact, Huawei finally. It has a verification screenshot like this. For example, Part S. Huawei finally has a screenshot like this. It should be said that this screenshot demand was issued last year, right? He said you have to set every prepared neighbor interface. What else is in the routing table? After displaying it all, take a screenshot and upload it. Then rate this screenshot, right? Actually, Huawei released a new screenshot at that time. When needed, just telling everyone. You should know that. What is the correct phenomenon on each device? You can't just ask for the finishing touches. Right? The point one thing isn't that hard. Because all our network equipment, there are two main and backup. Right? Half wrong. The other half is cracked. Can still be hired. Right? There's no option crossing. Talking about options. ABC elite, right? There is no test crossing now. Don't stick to the script for you. You have to be very clear that the whole project is done. You are working on a project. How many business network segments do you have in this project? How many departments are there? How many network segments? How many routes? How many neighbors does each device have? How many strengths do it have? How many routes does strength have? How many strategies does the firewall need to implement? You want to be successful in your chest. Where is the bamboo? Bamboo, right? You want this bamboo with the chest. I drew this picture for you. You might as well draw one yourself. Good have assets. Tell you what, some students drew a lot of similar pictures by themselves. Right? They tell me, teacher, I understand this picture this way, right? Right? Read through the whole project requirement yourself, and you make your own, right? It's like doing your own project. This way your own understanding will be deeper, right? So there won't be any more problems. Can you see the topic in the afternoon and the morning? You can see the exam questions now. Don't wait for the exam room. Ha. You will see the questions before you go to the exam. You'll see the solution. Fine, because I will give it to you. Of course you go to the exam room. This topic is one-off. Instead of questions, I showed it to you directly at one time. You do the questions in your own order. You can do whatever you want. You have to. Must eat. Mandatory lunch. You can sit there and not eat. But you can't help but come out. Must come out. Must come out. Yeah, maybe it's when you're having lunch. Can he add mistakes to you? Is that possible? It's possible, but he'll also tell you I added it wrong. You can go to the toilet. Going to the toilet has always been allowed, but not too long. Not too long. Don't think things in your heart that you shouldn't think. Once found, they will directly disqualify from the exam. Enter the exam to understand. Don't think about some crooked ways. We are decent. Don't watch too many skits. All kinds of evil practices, right? There's no pie in the sky. The world's network technology. Our network technology capabilities will not go back 100 years. Is it okay to be normal? Just practice our mental method seriously. Should do from lunch good. Hey, I can really tell you more about this. Because some students may not be able to eat pork, right? You can tell Huawei in advance. Huawei can provide you with no pigs. Pork lunch. Or you can bring your own food. You can also tell Huawei in advance. I don't eat anything, right? I believe. I brought my own lunch in advance. It is also possible to report. You know what? It won't be wrong next month. Testing the system for now. Wrong edition should be after October. The specific time has not been notified. Well, don't worry too much about this time. Because you can make mistakes yourself. That's the same sentence. Okay. We understand. After these basic things, you're doing it yourself. You want to be able to say, how can I be confident in the exam room? I bumped into him in the exam room. Moderator, how do you do that? I have a plan for you. The first repeated practice. Configure to death. Just put this picture. And this real machine. Match every day, match every day. Match every day, match every day. Once a day? Twice a day? Practice hard. I'm afraid you're too skilled at anything. Once you become proficient, how could it be wrong? You didn't. No problem. Okay. What are you afraid of? I don't practice. This is one of them. First plan is to practice every day. Someone said, teacher, I'm already too familiar with it. Practice myself every day. Can't go wrong at all. In case he had mistakes to me in the future, what should I do if I don't have an idea? The second method. Come to our SPOTO group. Come to SPOTO. Don't fight alone. Come to SPOTO. Our SPOTO's test preparation group. We fight together. In the group, students ask for help every day. Every day, there will be all kinds of strange students. Mistake I can't imagine. Every day? As long as you squat in the group. As long as someone asks for help, you come and ask him to hold a 10-cent meeting. Have him live stream the meeting. And there's usually about a dozen people in the meeting. As many as 20 people. There are few. There are also 5 or 6 people. Let's help him troubleshoot. It's called gaining experience. This is how the old master was raised, right? Just these two. Do it yourself every day. Second, others watch every day, right? Just those 2 points. You just need to be able to put your energy and time into it. You can be confident. Take it easy. Do you think it's okay? Do you think the method I provide is reliable? I drops toilet paper. Can I bring it into the examination room? It can be placed in the storage cabinet of the examination room. Can it be used? You have to ask the examiner. I hope it doesn't make a mistake in September. I hope you don't make a mistake first. Let me ask everyone. You think you're going to take a test? Like what? Assuming you're really good at it. I've practiced this very, very well. Do you think you can take the exam without making any mistakes? Are you sure about yourself? Let's say you've done it really well. Of course not. Of course no cell phone. Just bring your phone directly. Phone needs to be turned off. Put it in this locker. Can't you take it with you during the exam? Do you add all directions? It seems to say. There will be this error addition system in all directions. There should be such a meaning here. Yes, if you take the cloud computing exam, security, or something else, it seems that there will be something similar. Alarm clock off. Don't take it with you. Don't put your phone in your pocket. You put it in your bag. Did you put your phone in that cabinet? You put it on. Right? Right. So you know what? In fact, you go to the exam yourself. Such a complicated question. So many configurations. You are 99.99% sure to be wrong. It's hard not to make mistakes yourself. So Huawei's so-called addition error. Just to inform everyone. I'm going to add the wrong one to you. You have to pay attention to it yourself. Right? And actually, you need to know. IE exam. In fact, it turns out that there is a special item called troubleshooting. You know what? That's the earliest time. Let me tell you, at the earliest, our IE exam is inherently wrong. He has a misarranged question called TS troubleshooting. And then experiments. Then comes the interview. This was before. Let's test this Google Exchange, right? Is it an interview later? Cut it, right? Why are interviews cut? Do you know why interviews are canceled? Interviews are such a valuable thing, right? Many of us at the time that the interview was cut and then felt, last ticket home. Is the gold content about to drop? Why cut? One is that Huawei's labor costs are relatively high. It really is. What's the second reason? It's actually an interview. He is too subjective. Too subjective. Right. And you may feel that there are examiners and students. If you are not convinced, and you can add interview me, examiner, then your question is too difficult, right? You ask too much. You're making me panic, aren't you? I don't agree. I'm going to make a fuss, right? I'm going to die at your door, right? It doesn't sound good, does it? So this thing is Huawei thinks this kind of thing. It can't balance. Okay. So then slowly due to cost issues. Just cut it. What about debugging? It has always been an ability we should have. That's what I'm telling you. You should have made mistakes. Right? You're not a scripting machine. You are not a Python tool. Task. Is it just flashing the script on the configuration? No, right? So why wasn't it debugged later? It was an act of desperation. And I'll tell you what. Because when I took the RS test at that time, the whole RS exam as a whole becomes DataCom. You know that, right? Right? We have this upgrade phase of a DataCom, right? And DataCom, because the content of its exams is too large. That's too much. And I can only take the test for 1 day at most. I can't say I took the test today either. Then sleep with Huawei, right? Continue the test tomorrow, right? Not ancient heel examinations, right? I'll get you a small room to sleep in there. Come out, right? Only takes test for 1 day, right? You can only take the test for 8 hours, right? Have too much on it. What else do you have? The interview. It's too late, right? So when DataCom first came out at that time, just the lab. Is there anything? Nothing else. Later, a discussion was added. Right? It adds an argument. What's it? Instead of an interview, replace interviews with essays. There are only a few essay questions, right? I'm done answering, right? I'll write it down. Remember it, right? You can also read and copy the product documentation, right? It's relatively simple. Not much either. Just 3 or 5 points, right? But now I think it's too easy. Too many students memorize. So I gave the troubleshooting back. So what do you think debugging is now? Is the debate something new? No, it's always been one. The basic capabilities we should have. It always knows, right? And now Huawei. In order to take into account everyone's lack of exam time, he didn't even add a new top map to troubleshoot. He didn't say I'll pull you some new routers. Switch together. Let you troubleshoot. He didn't have any. I'll tell you what. If I were a Huawei examiner, if I want to add debugging, I don't move. Now this set of questions. I'll add you an MP's VPN cross-domain. Top image. Take your option C directly. And the picture is done. Then add 3 wrong points on it for you to line up. And I'll only give you 1 hour. First hour of the exam, 8:30 to 9:30. 1 hour. Find 3 wrong spots in this place. Then I provide 50 wrong points for the question bank. Everyone draws 3 out of the 50 wrong points in question bank. Machine. Hey, you can't find an hour. Hang up. You mistake an hour. And find back after an exam. Don't need to participate. Hang up. Right? That's what I'm saying. Right? Huawei's been kind. Right? Huawei's been kind. Is there an argument now? Didn't say no, didn't say. There's no discussion. Is there an argument? Oh, there's an argument. Okay. Right? Oh, now he has just said, building on what you're doing now. Add some mistakes to you. I don't think it's an addition. That's not addition error at all. That's exactly what it tells you. Pair the exam with ease of mind in the future. In fact, I will interpret it in a different way. Students, let me interpret it in a different way. Did you always suspect that Huawei secretly added mistakes in the past? I have a lot of students who come back from the exam and tell me, Teacher, Huawei added the wrong one to me today. I definitely deserve it. What? But then I checked. No configuration. No, it's definitely Huawei who added the wrong one to me. Put it this way, since I can't see the live screen recording. You say absolutely. Then I can't help it. But actually, as long as I can watch a screen recording, for example, in our practice environment, practice 5 sets of racks in our SPOTO, right? I'll give you practice. It's wrong in the practice environment. Classmate, that's what I said. He said it was definitely brushed. Watch him record the screen. He just didn't brush it. He reported it wrong when he swiped. He didn't notice. Right. So in the past when you took exams, I always thought that Huawei has secretly added the wrong one. In fact, I think Huawei released this news. Instead, it might be telling you, everything you did in the past was your own fault. I will tell you if I add mistakes in the future. Add the wrong one. Anything else is your fault. Stop being paranoid. Understand? I think you can start. Interpret Huawei from this perspective. Everyone feel ease. Stop being paranoid. No one wants to hurt you. You can do it yourself. No means no. Okay, now let me make it clear to you. If I add it wrong, pop-up reminder plus error. Okay, right? Yes, It's been 3 years now. Nothing has changed. You've been taking the test for so many years, right? It's been 3 years, right? It's all been picture. Never change. It's all corny. We're internet cultures. VLN planning can be memorized, right? Even me students were able to memorize orders. Write the TXT document correctly, right? Therefore, our whole mental method. I want you to know this. Don't care who is at fault. Okay. Yeah, don't care who's wrong, right? See, students start to worry, right? Title never changes. It has no gold content. Have you already tested the star? Classmate, do you already have the certificate in hand? Are you afraid that the gold content of this certificate will decrease? Students who have not passed the exam are afraid of increasing difficulty. Students who have passed the exam are afraid. Afraid of adding mistakes, right? See, some students have passed the exam, right? Generally, it takes about 3 months for us to prepare for the exam. Of course, it depends on each person's different situation. For example, students during their studies, I don't like to do experimental questions, right? And the preparation time may be longer because you are not familiar with configuration commands, right? A lot of basic knowledge is not strong. If it is normal, it is according to our SPOTO study preparation. Like what? We have passed the previous IA/IPI study. Solve all the content of all our exams. Do the homework according to our requirements, right? Proficient in each science. Then prepare for the exam in about 3 months. That's about it. Now. See, set the classmate test certificate, right? The certificate will be renewed next year. Do you see it? So. If you can do a past exam, you already the gold content enough, right? That's it. Let's see, everyone has questions. So let's do one last thing. Use me. I have a real machine. Provide you with a real machine. Will I provide you with a real machine? Emulator can also practice. I'll give you the real machine too. Okay, you asked him to take the test. I asked this classmate to pass the exam. You asked one. What's this all? Not open for desk. I'll tell you what. Like what you have on your boat. You asked these tourists who got on the plane. Tourists boarding the train. Have you all bought your tickets home for Chinese New Year this year? You asked in the car, right? Don't ask that. You can ask those who are preparing for the exam. Students who are studying? Sure, said it was difficult, right? You passed all the exams. It's definitely not difficult, said. Come. Look at this picture. There is also a very interesting shooting case. Take a look. Share it with you too. Look, what's so classic about this case? Classic enough to be animated by our students. Look at that. I don't know if any of classmates are familiar with this. What a mistake. This is a classic mistake in our Campus X network. That is to say, his computer can't be hired by a public network. But the other 3234 can pass. For example, this computer. It works from here. You can walk from here. You can walk from here. I can't get through here. Are there 4 exits up there? Right? Right? Errors like this. Errors like this. I'll tell him what's wrong right away. And guess what? Why did he only say the phenomenon? I didn't even look at the configuration. He doesn't have a single screenshot. I can see where he went wrong. And you say why? Why are you talking about? So that's actually the second way that I'm talking about. Yeah, too much. Watch too much. How many people are wrong at this point? This phenomenon occurs. So may I ask you, if you were to prepare for the exam, how did you manage to gain so much experience? Join the group. Hurry up and add our SPOTO test preparation group. I joined the group and someone asked questions every day. People ask questions every day. And if you have questions, someone will help you answer them every day. Right? I don't even have to do it. Someone can help you. See? If you watch too much, you will actually know, right? But pay attention, everyone. Watch too much. Sometimes the extra can have a small downside. What's the harm? It's an empiricist mistake. Do you know what empiricism is? Let's look at the phenomenon. That is, there's no match here. Okay, let me ask you. Now I'm going to ask you. If it weren't for this mistake, what other possibilities are there? If he is matched, all default routes. He has it all. He didn't miss it. These 4 items are not missed. What other possibilities are there? You see, that's the difference between experience and not. Experienced students find this no problem. The exit. We know about extranets. Students who study IA know. Right? Private access, public access, two technologies. NAT plus default route. Right? NAT plus default route. How the default route available? What's the difference? Is NAT mismatched? Right? That's the truth, right? Right? What computer do you need for test preparation? A normal computer will do. It does require very good configuration. Because when you're paying for the exam, it's on our real machine rack. You just need to be able to log in remotely. But better, don't use a notebook. It's better to use a desktop. Because the laptop screen is too small. It's also a big screen during exams. Double screen, you know? So, get used to the big screen of this real machine. Maybe while preparing for the exam. Maybe you will get used to it during the exam. You better not use a notebook. Laptop screen is too small. Sometimes inconvenient. And wireless remote connections are sometimes unstable. Wireless is sometimes more stuck. It is best to use a wired connection. It looks like this. Right? That's right. Reward a lab exam paper. I don't have this right. No such right. Ha. Well, actually apart from these mistakes, there may be other mistakes. For example, there's no outgoing route. No backwards routing. The most outrageous mistake I've ever seen. And you know what that is? It's him who has come this far. I'll check for him. In the end, it was found that there was no OSPF between the two devices. Neighbor. It's like what? Is a building finished? Talk about building. Mrs. Galu is tall. For example, your home decoration. Your home decoration. It's all renovated, right? Hard and soft water and electricity, right? Off-floor heating, side floor, air conditioner, refrigerator, TV. Everything is in place. It's all done. Finally, it was found that there was no buried network cable in the wall. All the internet ports in the house are empty. There is no trolley cable in the wall. Aha, that's how it feels. Can you understand? When I'm done, I'll tell the wall that there is no wire in it. I'm going to tear down the wall and bury the thread again. Did you say that its OS score is not verified? Alas, you just forgot to verify. Or missed verification. Because there are more equipment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Nice. They had about a dozen neighbors. Maybe I missed it during verification. Maybe I forgot it during verification. Remember that this device is possible. People can make mistakes as long as they are human. The only way to make fewer mistakes is to practice and watch more. Okay, what do you mean anyway? Is that what you mean? That's why we're live today to talk about this. Is this the wrong card? The main thing is I hope that everyone can relax as much as possible. Don't treat the wrong card as a new question. Don't think of debugging as a great difficulty. I think troubleshooting is not even as good as a discussion question bank. Everyone who pays for the exam knows. Students who often prepare for exams now. There are only a few questions in the discussion question bank, or 5 questions. Okay. Add a few more questions to you. Add 10 questions. 20 questions this word question bank. What would you do? If it were me, I'm a hallway examiner. We'll add discussion question bank. Carry it. Question 3. Roll mail you carry now is rotten and to be it. Add 10 questions and 2 questions. Paper add up to a discussion question bank of tens of thousands of words. Carry it. Carry it hard. Don't you like to carry it? Okay. Is that the truth? I don't even think it's new. It's just an old thing. Just when we were in the process of practicing for the exam. We'll keep doing. Keep doing. A thing to repeat every day. What was meant to be done. Right? He's just telling you now. I'll do it seriously for you. Good to see everyone. About this debugging of Huawei this time. Is there anything else related to the new changes? In fact, I don't think it's called change. Right, this is a retro. Retro. But there is change and there is change. What's that? Where did it change? It's become systematic, right? Is there a system? Don't add it indiscriminately. It wouldn't be unfair, would it? I won't say you add too much. Less, right? I won't sneak this backstab you. Okay. Just such a change. In the future, it could be AI, right? Even on AI. AI adds wrong AI to create a discourse question. Okay. Is that the truth? Add AI, right? All the topper in the lab's the same. Yeah, that's what the lab questions look like now. If you come to Zebo, I will send it to you. The current exam questions. I'll show you now. It looks like this. This is the exam question. It looks like this. This is the graph. If you come to Sibo, I will send it to you. You can sign up at Sibo. Sibo can get it. Demands are these needs. It hasn't changed, has it? Did you just do this? What's called clipping? See through, right? What month is this lab? Been doing it for 3 years. Been making it for years. What is the month? It always has been. There are no months. Before the exam. You have to study for months, right? Then you have to go through months of preparation for the exam. During the exam preparation period. Look, I'll give you a timeline. You're worried, right? You will have so much time to learn IAIP. i.e., then spend so much time preparing for the exam. Right at this point in time, you will get the question. Will get us. The solution I give you will have the permission to use the real machine. Right? We'll give you 1,000 to 1,500. I'm a little bit unsure. I think I remember giving away 1,500 credits. Our credits can be used to get real machines. You know, it's the cheapest real machine on the whole network. Don't worry. You credit. What should I do if I run out of credits? You can recharge it. Recharge. We must be the cheapest on the whole network. Don't worry. There is. It's an exam. Some people say, teacher, why is the exam this cycle? Why is there a time? Right? If you do it all at once. So why do you want 3 days, right? Go take the test 1 day and go back 1 day. Right? What if you, for some reason, like this? As I said, some students think the computer hard disk at the scene. That keyboard is too hard. Mouse. It's a mouse. Teacher, this mouse is very flying everywhere. I can't light something. It affects my mood very much, right? And the air conditioning is too cold. There are too many students in the on-site exam. The keyboard is too noisy. You understand? What? Any problem? Some classmates ate a bad stomach that day. Fever, right? Bad luck, right? There were classmates who didn't sleep all night yesterday. Nervous, anxious, and excited all night. I couldn't sleep at night. Why have I been dripping? Wait a minute, can I turn it off? So he has always caused. What would cause, alas? I can't help it, right? No way. There is no way. What should I do? There may be a little problem if there is no way. Right? What about this? You also need a face. How to say? Also face it positively. Mentally. We are mentally. In this strategy, you have to do a good job. Be well prepared. You can't easily collapse. Don't have any little things. I broke my mentality. Even if for some reason. Bad luck. Or what? If you fail the test all of a sudden, right? Adjust your mindset, right? Fail again and again. This is no problem. Is this normal? I also need to face these things formally. Because, you know, nothing's ever going to be smooth sailing, right? So, in fact, many times the exam is about mentality. The most I listen to is the teacher. I was devastated. When I was doing the X Park this morning, found out that the OSPF neighbors couldn't get up. I can't even kill myself to solve this problem. I was devastated. And I sort of sat down. Sit until the afternoon. Hey, this neighbor. Suddenly he got up again. I haven't done anything yet. Neighbor, he's up again. But then I had a mental breakdown because of my previous mentality. I wasted too much time. I was running out. So I ended up hanging up. Such a student is a student who has died. This kind of problem occurs often. You know, go out often. Yes, maybe there will be such an increase in October. There may be. Okay. What about these questions? We will meet during the exam preparation. Promotion should be said to be least. I will turn off this WeChat. Hello, I'm back again. Are you still there? Ha. Are you still there? Anybody else here? Wait a minute. I'll study how to turn off this information. You keep playing? Keep playing. Keep playing. Wait a minute, everyone. I don't use this thing very much. I'll turn off the notice. And so on, and so on. Okay. Off. Excuse me? Just now I think I thought I could just refund this WeChat. This live stream will not be refunded. Oh, okay. Right? Got it. You're back. Tell me later how to make mistakes. Wrong thinking. Let me say it again. Some classmates may have just arrived. Right? That's what debugging looks like. One way is more. First, you do this experiment more often. Make this experiment very familiar. Then the whole network design is this picture. The plan? In my heart. Of course, this is just Park X. What are our aims? Not just this one park. This is the first one. You have this in your heart and this picture, right? And it is very sensitive to all configurations. You should go with each place. You know very well. If you find that the configuration is wrong, it can be found quickly. This is the first configuration search method. The first card is a common one. Configure lookup. Found the configuration is wrong here. To exclude, but what about this method? It's actually very inefficient. Why is it inefficient? Should say. It should be said that the online high. The offline is very low. This is the improvement. For example, you might see at a glance. I can see at a glance. Wow, it should be VLAN 100. Result is VLAN 101, right? Second to second solution. But it is possible that you find darkness from dawn. Can't find it. You understand, right? The second way of thinking about debugging. What is the train of thought? That is, you check the phenomenon according to the phenomenon. That's what I just said. You have to say these things. What OSPF, right? Peer review, right? Are you going to check these neighbor relationships? What are you looking for? Ping, right? And tracking, right? And these things is necessary to combine the principles you usually learn. Yeah, our usual after-school experiments every time we go to class. Combine experimental principles, right? Combining experimental phenomena with principles. Only then can you analyze specific problems. It's kind of like solving a case. Understand what is adding questions during the exam process? Add questions. How can you add questions? Is it a mistake? How many devices are there in the wrong device list? Yes. Can I show you? Let me show you. Wait a minute. Look at that. Look at the one on the left. Look at this. This is ours. Put it over here. Pull it up. This is a software we use to do remote login. It's called Mobax, just like CRT. You see, this is the configuration of our set of racks. For example, this is the equipment in Park X. There are so many units. Then there are so many devices in the Y Park. There are so many WAN devices. Plus the equipment of a data center. This is a set of questions for the rack exam. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 26 to maybe even a little more. About 20 or 30 devices are not available. Only possible. Right, and what about our side? Have a set of racks. 2 sets of racks. 3 sets of racks. 4 racks. 5 sets of racks. There are 5 sets. Let's say there's so many sets of racks. just to provide everyone. Do you want to be remote? Do this remotely. During experimental practice, right? And you can log into one of these racks and do that. Okay, that's what it means. Y park is added incorrectly. Y park is wrong. Looks like this. Y park is actually difficult to add wrong. Because what is the test in our Y park? It's called a controller. Let me introduce it to you. Some students may not know it. What does Huawei test actually say? Just savage. Okay. Wide. This test is the controller. The controller thing? All the configurations. Ultimately, you need to configure it on one page. The page configuration on the controller. One of the problems that results ready for this. It has to be configured in order. You can't be like our CRT command line. Like what? Let's say you are on the command line. You may feel that. Then I'll just follow the command, right? Just change the configuration. Actually, no, let's take a look. Actually, no. For example, this is ours. This controller page provided to you. Let me show you. Add a controller page. And this is a controller interface. Okay, when you configure the device on this, for example, do I log into anyone? Log in randomly. We will be on this controller. Manage the device. See, for example, our Y park, right? Are there SO8 devices? Carry out nanotubes. About to be on this one. Orchestrate and configure these devices. Let's say we do this network orchestration of devices. Hey, go ahead and network orchestrate the device. Then use our configuration here. DS directly to the device. For example, configuration of ADP. For example, for the network, do this network. Configuration of this ad route. Dynamic routing configuration. OSPF configuration, right? The configuration of in-app protocol, right? These things, right? And OSPF, right? These are all matched on this controller. The configuration on the controller is hidden to an order. After many things are matched later, you won't be allowed to change the previous one. You know what? So I want to choose something here. Actually, it's actually a bit difficult. That doesn't mean it can't be changed. For example, I script give to the classmate here. For example, you come to practice at our SPOTO, right? Then maybe when you are practicing, I was like this, secretly recorded the backstage of his classmate. What is he doing that he doesn't know about? Maybe. Teacher on script ran to change it. But look, let's say I want to change this. For example, I'll change this. I open this, turn it off, right? And then click on the app. For example, I'll change. But look what he said. Because the virtual network behind has been deployed. So, it's not supported for you to modify one of the previous configurations. Do you see it? So this place wants to be added wrong. In fact, it is not easy to add. For example, I'm at fault now. I'm going to rack my brain. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it? For example, if it changed its external network, I put it this route in this OA network. Or put its IP. Or secretly put this mask, right? In that protocol address, where the mask is wrong for it. For example, if it changed to 111.231.0123. Write 456.7593. What? Secretly. That I wrote him an address. Right? You can it. We won't let change it. Hey, if you change it, modification successful. Okay, then add a mistake in. That's what I do. Secretly adding mistakes in backstage now. Okay, so where's this going? He found himself sitting in the back. So he has to go back and troubleshoot. What about the troubleshooting? Maybe he didn't find it in the end. Just tell me, Mr. Tong. What am I doing today? I didn't find this mistake even if I found it dead. Right? Is it a system bug? Not a system bug. I added it wrong. Yeah, right? Okay. Can you understand this? Right? But maybe he was wrong. Must be my fault. Maybe he was wrong. Anyway, if he came and asked me, I would say, you must have mismatched yourself. Who is so warranted at fault to you, right? No one's going to hurt you. Don't worry. Must be you. He was wrong, but he was wrong. Does my family's fault matter? Is it important? Is it important? Who is at fault? Does it matter? What results does the Huawei exam only look at? It's the result, and you can't figure it out. In the end, you are wrong. Do you care who is wrong? Right? Right? Accountability, I tell you. Accountability? Accountability is a project thing. It's not about the exam. Like finally our whole network, right? malfunction. After solving it, it caused a loss. Then who will bear this loss? 38 Part B. Manufacturer. Right? Whose problem is it? That's the follow-up. We can't catch up with the exam. No need for accountability. Just solve the problem in the exam. What should I do if I add the wrong set of SRv6? Check if you add the wrong one. In fact, in addition to our virtual campus network, during other network investigations, very thoughtful. One of the most important ideas is to look up routes. This thing, we've been learning since IA, but many students don't take it seriously. Route tracking is a very important means. For example, let me give you an example. For example, some students say the teacher, "Fine, fished it, but it didn't work out anywhere," right? Okay, then I'll tell you that. You can't find it. What do you have to do? Do it. Good. Let me give you an example of this. Look at this picture. Like a teacher, I finally finished it. I noticed that it doesn't go from here to here. There is no connection between these two hosts. Some students started to guess. He started guessing the configuration. He didn't think he could do it. Most likely the policy on the firewall is wrong. He said, check the strategy, there was no problem. Really let go. But in fact, he just wondered, was it going to work? It doesn't work. First of all, you have to know very well in your heart. For example, these two hosts communicate with each other. How does the traffic go? You see, his traffic goes like this. Here first, and then what? Here we go. And then how do we go? And he's going to come up here. Walk here again. Then come back from here. Walk here again. Walk here again. Walk here again. Walk here again. It works like this. Then along the entire path. Each device. Should there be corresponding table entries? For example, here I use OSPF. Should there be an OSPF routing table? There is BGP. Should there be a BGP table? There is power here. So should there be a chain here? There is our tunnel. Went here through the tunnel. Should there be a BGP table again? At this point, should there be a BGP table again, right? There's a BGP table here. There is an OSPF form here again. Okay. And the routing entries on each of your routers. Shouldn't they all exist? Can you forward it? Then should you check them one by one? Check them one by one. Which one do you find? I found that there is no route here. Does it explain the configuration? Or a high probability of error? Between him and his neighbor? Or out of him and his tunnel? This is on this path, right? You have the idea. Instead of guessing, is there a problem with the strategy of this place? The path is not drawn correctly. This is how he went. Sorry, right? He also went through the firewall. Okay. That's what it means. So what about this? Makes sense. Is to tell everyone that we're on the wrong track. You check the route is a kind of follow-through. The process is a follow-through process. Okay, so what about process? We are actually practicing constantly. It's not that we did it for the first time in the exam room, right? Knock equipment, knock examiner. After passing written test, how long does it take to finish the lab exam? 18 months. Did I tell you yesterday? Look, this is our classmate. Answer questions faster than me. Why is there no ISP in Stereo X? Quite the same emulators. Is there ISP in Stereo X? Yes, yes. It's just that some pictures may not be drawn on it. Further up is the ISP. Further up is the ISP, right? Real test questions actually have ISPs. How could there not be? Right? This is the ISP. Okay, what do you think these two extranets are? Okay. Do you have it all? For the exam, use mobile. Use mobile. I get credit after going through these things. It depends on the policy of each city. Okay, you have any questions? See what the problem about this mistake? I hope everyone can officially. Is it just looking at mistakes in a positive way? Don't debug. That's a very hard thing to do. It's as normal as eating and drinking water every day. Yes, if you want to join SPOTO to study together, classmates, add it in the upper right corner. Our senior Xiaodong. A little bit wrong. Troubleshooting is not a matter of points. Because his troubleshooting is not an independent question. His troubleshooting could be a bug caught in our existing environment. I put an error here. Add an error here. This mistake will affect the phenomenon of your entire experiment. And our Huawei examiner's rating depends on two things. The first, to look at the test. For example, ask you to track. Can you pass what you are asked to spell? The second is to look at the display on the device. For example, look at the neighbors. Are the routes normal? So if you add an error here, your neighbor is gone. It even makes you unable to spell it. And you can do it from the left, right? This configuration point is deducted. If you score, you will score. Just 2 points. Phenomenal subconfiguration. Phenomena is the pings network. Trace the path, right? Right? The displayed routing table is all right. Configurations or the configuration on each device. Is it all normal? Because some configurations may not have the phenomenon. Right? Some configurations are just optimized configurations. Yeah, it doesn't have to be phenomenal. For example, the QS we will learn later, right? And so this time, you have to configure it completely. How to do radio server provisioning acceleration. Server is definitely not accelerating. It can't be wrong. It's the servers. It's in the background. You can't touch. At most, the area that's interface is directly connected to the server. Wrong interface. Dinner. It must be added to a device you can manage yourself. It won't be added to devices you can't manage. It may not be added at what time for debugging. Now there's a theory that it could be you. It's when you add it at lunch. Well, there is a saying that says so. It may not be added when. Save. Save your device and save it. And you also need to take a screenshot. You send all the screenshots and your save profile. It's the thing that displays the DCU. Just all the equipment DCU stuff. Right, put the screenshots required for the screenshots and DCU. Upload all to. In this system of Huawei's exam. That's it. Singapore also has test centers, right? Do you also want to redeem the current Jade pendant? I suggest you. The Jade pendant must at least be able to see the redemption. It's the Jade pendant that opens, right? Jade pendant. I will open the Jade pendant now. Which Jade pendant? This one, right? Open the Jade pendant at one point. You have to be very clear. What should it look like? It is also clear why these two vlogs are being let go. You need to know why. You memorize. You probably don't remember. You see, both interfaces allow VLAN 100. You can't seem to see the problem, right? But if you know that 208 is allowed here, right? You will remember. This place is missing something. Right? You know what? And this is also a phenomenon. If you don't allow 208, it won't work, right? This VCOM don't work. Then you will find the error. Right. So what about the Jade pendant? You can just practice on your own. You can also go through the Jade pendant in your heart first. Start again. Well, it is. Anyway, what don't you do? Don't make the default. Don't do any default behavior. Don't default. You have to doubt. Oh. It's possible. Wrong point. After you've ruled out all of these possible mistakes, what is the last mistake? Huawei's environmental problems. Last mistake. This must be the last one. There is a possibility of a problem with Huawei's environment. Make it clear to everyone. There may be a problem. It's not that there will be no problem. There may be a problem. But if it is really Huawei's environmental problem, the examiner will give you additional points as appropriate. You don't have to worry about the environment causing your score to be lost. We'll make it up to you. You know, so? Do you want to say it as soon as you come up? Did a bug? Environment, right? Doubt all your possible questions first. Is it okay to put the vlog directly? Okay. Didn't say no. But not recommended. Not recommended. to accelerate is stated as only in Bartex. It's not necessarily true. Wide area network is also possible. One section. Actually, the interconnection IP between each of these interfaces. It's all domain matched. He deliberately made a mistake for you. Okay. Do you want to see JPEG to bribe? Of course, yes. Of course, you must be familiar with it. You should be familiar with all JPEGs. There is no place you don't need to be familiar with. This is the project you did. This is the plan you wrote. This is the configuration you made. This is the after-sales service you want to maintain. Operation and maintenance and beyond. You have to know everything about this network. Understand. Nothing is unnecessary. Everything you need. Yeah, debugging really takes time. So you have to troubleshoot. Ideas. Can't guess. If you can't guess, you must immediately make mistakes according to logic. Generally speaking, we can guess first when we get started with debugging. This is okay. Clear error phenomenon. Guessed wrong directly. It's okay. But if you are wrong, I suggest you only guess one or two. I didn't guess one or two wrong points. What to transfer to immediately. Immediately switch to phenomenon debugging. Check neighbors according to the phenomenon. Check the VLAN directly. Right? Check everything there is to check. Display and then position. Wrong location. Check configuration. And then finally, locate first and find where the error point is. Finally, look at the configuration. Don't come up with the disassembly configuration, okay? Exam questions. It will naturally be a document for you in the exam room. It will have a PDF file. I'll give it to you. You have questions? Now the exam is divided into most of these. You can take a look, right? Transformation of traditional hard network, cloud management campuses and branches, wide area bare network. There are also 4 parts of programming automation behind each section. For example, here are 5 essay questions. Here are 3 points of discussion. Here are 5 points of discussion questions. Right. There must be a discourse. The essay questions are actually relatively simple. So far, relatively simple. Let me make a prediction. After this increase in debugging, Huawei Discovery, increased debugging, did not pass the IE exam for everyone. What difficulties are caused? It's still easy for everyone. Anyone who prepares for the exam carefully, students who study hard. All errors can be solved more quickly. Huawei will further improve the gold content of exams in the future. May begin to update the essay. I made that prediction. That's the forecast. Right, because I think if it were my home. What else can I add? If you like it, just memorize it and discuss it. What do you think? Right? Automation is 10%. Automation accounts for 10%. Only 10 points. Discourse questions can be memorized. You can also copy. It's okay, but what should I do if there are more in the future? I'm worried about you too. If the future topic is particularly special, what would you do? Okay. I don't predict, do I? It's called learning and taking the test as soon as possible. As soon as possible, you strike while the iron is hot now. Let me give you one of my predictions. I previously predicted that MPS VPN would change to SRv6. Well, sure enough, do you have both sets of questions? I predicted this before. Now I have to predict. Maybe I will add IPv6 in the future. Let's IPv6 also predict. Maybe it needs to be discussed. Oh, everyone, it's been 3 years. Do you know how we spent the past 3 years? It's all memorization, right? Huawei doesn't think it's good. It's not that it's bad to embarrass everyone. You know, it's just not good. I hope everyone can really get it. This ability gives everyone a correct direction. I hope you will follow this guide. Study and prepare for these answers, okay? Okay, that's it for today. See if you have any more questions. If there is no problem, how about we draw a small gift at the end? Can we still deliver? Do we still have gifts? Classmate said, okay, what's the pass rate? Pass it and 100%. If you don't pass, it's 0%. Okay. It has nothing to do with you whether others have passed or not. Exam has product documentation. Some exam rooms will provide product documentation, but don't rely too much on it. You must not have time to check the configuration, right? It's okay to copy the essay. Hit me? Okay, let's send another one. We can send mouse pads and what? You told me yesterday. Forgot. Let me see. You said that you can send mouse pads and... Canvas bag? Okay, then we'll send another mouse pad. Send a canvas bag. Fine. How to deliver it? One by luck. One by strength. Let's get lucky first. Send a mouse pad. Here's the number. Here's the number. Faster than your hand. Here's the number. Whoever gets it right first will get a mouse pad. This number is 1.2.16181.1. I see your hand speed is not very good. Haha, okay. Drew has heart. Are you proficient? Skilled? Can you contact our Huawei teacher? This is the internet protocol address, right? Hand speed is fast. Be quick. Next, let's rely on strength. Rely on strength. Give him his bag as if. I see. I want one on the spot. Come to rely on strength. Come to rely on strength. Okay. That's it. Oh, that's it. Just this watch. Let's rely on strength. Take this watch as an example. Here's the problem. Look at this watch. What about this watch? The plan is for the interconnection interface between devices, right? Interconnect. Take a look. Internet interface. You can see it. This is L3, which means three-layer interface. What about the third-layer interface? This is no problem, right? What about L2? Naturally, it is a second-layer interface, right? Layer 2. L2. This is obviously no problem. Here's my question. Why can IP be matched on the second layer interface? Let's see who answers first. The first one to answer will send a canvas bag. Get out drawing the on second interface. Why can it be equipped with IP? Okay, because the second layer interface can be matched with IP with FLANF. Just this classmate named Ozer. Okay, the first canvas bag that got it right is yours. Is it based on strength? Some students have strength. Some students have hand speed. Questions are simple, right? Ask something difficult in the next live broadcast. Answer so fast, right? And so fast. Ha. It's still hand speed. This is your dissatisfaction. Yeah, you're not convinced. You think this is too simple. The problem is still the speed. Ha. One more. Is that last one okay? Send another mouse pad. Can we afford it? Right? The last one. Total 5 items we delivered today. This fifth. Send another mouse pad. The fifth one. Oh, I see. It's boring to send mouse pads all the time. Why don't we send a test paper? Can you afford it? Can we afford to send exam papers? Sign up in the live stream. Our classmates will send a test paper. Can you afford it? Exam papers are also affordable, right? I really can afford it. I am here. I really don't know. If I say yes. How much is 30% off? 30% off exam paper. Is that okay? Can I get a 30% discount exam paper for those who sign up for IE? You're done. So you're done? What should I do? Fish report. You've learned it all. You've learned it all. You still have so many requirements. Right? Fine. One good. Okay, now it's time to rush again. Students who sign up for IE can. What link can I get here? Or give something. Registration starts now. First student to sign up for IE, send a hard test paper. Okay. First person to sign up will get a card test paper, okay? Almost 30% off the exam paper. Me too, sting. 30% off the exam paper. The exam fee is 8,007% off. 2,400, right? Save 2,400. Okay, it's been 3 years since I signed up. Did you pass the exam? Exam fee is 8,000. How much is it to sign up? You can contact us. Contact our backstage teacher. Because I'm not a salesperson, I'm not sure what the current discounted price is. We each have this live broadcast or event, or usually everything has some corresponding. This is the price. It may be a little volatile at times. I'm not sure. There's a background. I can contact you. Okay. It's normal not to pass the exam. Not everyone can get through it all at once, right? What we need to do is adjust our mindset. What adjusts yourself is the proficiency of preparing for the exam. Right? To increase your proficiency, because things come to an end. What you learn is your own stuff. It is to learn this thing itself. You didn't learn it for anyone else. Right? Ultimately, you learn it yourself. Your last power is in yourself. Okay. Report to others. Report again. If we are good, can learn from us. Is it over? Right? I'll tell you what. The exam fee and tuition you're looking at now. In the face of your future salary increase. Not too many. Or now 5 or 6,000 a month, right? After you have the IE certificate, the salary increase in the future may cost more than 10,000 or 20,000 a month. Look back at that time. Current thousands of dollars in tuition and exam fees. It's actually fine. You know, this is a worthwhile investment. Then you invest elsewhere. That must be the reward. It's on your own, right? It is, as long as you study hard yourself. Take the test carefully. And what about this thing? He won't say, hey. Wasted by others. You know what? If you say you're elsewhere, you can get a refund. That's your business. Where am I? No. No fire. If you really think you're good, sign up with us, right? How to deal with elsewhere. You can handle it yourself, okay? Version of the exam requirements. Feeling can be used as a gift. You said this exam is required as a gift. I don't think it's appropriate. Because after all, logically speaking, shouldn't it be too public? It should not be too public. Here it is. I'm just going to show you. It's already the maximum limit, okay? This will be sent to you during the exam preparation period. It was also sent to you in the form of an encrypted document. If you are online, go to Taobao to buy some by yourself. What? SPOTO's IE exam solution or something. I'll tell you. Those that can be bought online. The cracked version of SPOTO. They are all the oldest versions from 3 years ago. The solution to the problem? Look at those solutions. I'm not responsible for any problems. When will it be reformed? Start notifying now to change. Revolution begins to inform that there may be these reform moves. And now it's been tested. Reform these wrong edition systems. The real notice we got. It should start after October. These error systems will be gradually officially launched. Something like this. But mistakes are not terrible, okay? Because you can make mistakes yourself. How can I send it to you, baby? Yeah, that's right. Are you testing now? By the end of the year, we will. And the code in the upper right corner. Can you come and add our teacher? In the upper corner. It's above my head. The top of my head, right? This. Okay. I have a student who's the first to sign up today. There's 30 students on the exam paper. Grade props 2,400. As delivered snow. That's it for today. It's all over. There's no problem, everyone. We are to ourselves. Your own mistakes are more wonderful than your own mistakes. So if you add the wrong one, just pediatrics. Okay. So that's it. Off the air. If you have any questions, you can scan the QR code. After scanning the QR code, you can add our teacher group. Can you add it to my WeChat? Then we can communicate separately on WeChat. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.